back to a brand new video, guys. I am in my official new apartment, which is also another reason why videos have not been coming out at all. I think it's been probably almost a month and a half since the last video actually was released. And I do apologize about that, but there's some reasoning behind it, not just because I moved again, but well, let's just get into the apartment tour first, and then we can discuss the other stuff. So this is technically my second apartment, but my first apartment that I've actually fully paid everything on my own, and I'm very proud of it. Matter of fact, I got such a good deal on it that I really couldn't pass it up. And one of the main things was getting a garage, which I will show you guys in just a second, or later on in the video, I should say. But because of that, I got this guy. Now, to be honest with you, this is just a little less than 900 square feet, which you might be thinking, wow, that's really small. No, dude, this is actually so much space that I don't even know what to do with it. But this is the new apartment. Firstly, I'm sure that most of you are watching this are probably gonna end up wanting a little setup tour, which truthfully, it's not much of anything. It's actually not really changed at all. But here, let me walk you through the actual apartment tour, and then we'll go into like the reasons other than why there hasn't been any uploads. Okay, so firstly, it is a loft, so it's kind of like a townhome. It is quite nice. I threw all these boxes down here just because, like, you don't really need to see this part, but I got a massive hallway. Thought about putting my master's pictures aligned here, but honestly, you don't really see anything. This part, I might put a little something there, but really it's the main part that I want to be shown off, which you go in here, you got a little closet, just like storage. Go up these little stairs again, and this is the actual apartment. So, cool thing is, heat rises, so I don't really have to waste so much on electricity with the heat, but you are over here, and this is the main living quarters. So, you can probably tell that there are little feet marks there, and that's because before this video, I had filmed it once, and I was like, my setup's right here, and I was just like going through what it was like beforehand, and I realized, yeah, no, I don't like this at all. Like, I literally was editing the video, and I was like, this needs to be changed. So, this is the living room. I think we're gonna get a bigger TV eventually. My whole plan is, this is the problem when you move out and you don't have a lot of income, especially like YouTube doesn't pay right now. I'm not really monetized as much as I used to be. I am gonna get some adulting stuff, so I'm looking at a TV stand that I'm probably gonna put in this area, a 55-inch or bigger TV that's there. Long story short, I didn't want to buy a whole lot of stuff and then end up having to move it again, but then I realized it's like I'm here for 13 months. Like, I gotta live, and I gotta be comfortable, and I gotta be wanting to come home and actually just want to be here more than I have been, to be honest with you. So, adulting stuff will be taken care of. Again, falls into another reason as to why there's been a lot of tech stuff, but living room, TV, eventually there'll be a TV stand. That one's gonna go to the bedroom. Get a bigger TV for out here. Then we got some artwork that I posted up here. I was going to put the TV actually up there, but then I realized the mantle, the legs don't fit on the mantle, and I don't want to hang the TV on there just because I don't want to end up paying for it in the end. Fireplace that I will never use, but then got a massive couch. Actually got, fun fact, this is for free. Cool part about living in a rich city, you get some nice stuff for free. Then this is over here. So this is where I'm sure a lot of you are like, oh my God, what's the setup look like right now? Well, this is it. Let me turn on the light. That way it looks a little bit better, I guess. The setup has not changed at all. I mean, except for the fact that I have a white mouse pad now. I would highly recommend never getting a white mouse pad, but I was trying to match the white keyboard with the black mouse, and then obviously my white PC. The toughest thing about this, man, is that this setup has been stagnant. So we need to change it up a bit eventually, but we'll come up here again and kind of discuss as to like why, you know, again, no tech stuff has been kind of there. But yeah, then we got like my little buying and selling center here. I got my printer. This is the kitchen. Kitchen is actually pretty big in my opinion. We got the black stainless steel stuff, so it's not like super modernized and whichever. Bathroom, and then I have my bedroom, which again, this bedroom needs to have some sort of decorations. Maybe even put some golf stuff up here or whichever, and then have the TV for sure probably on this side, because I think that's really the only way you're going to be able to do it. Unless I switch the bed over there, and which I probably could do that too, honestly. Alright, listen, there's a lot of rearranging that I gotta do, and I just don't know how to do it. That's the bad part. And then my first ever walk-in closet. I am quite proud of this one, because I don't know what to do with the space. Again, I have a girlfriend now, and I probably will have no problem filling this up after if she moves in, if we get to that point. But yeah, there's a lot of space. Okay, the absolute last thing I gotta show you guys before I do some explanations. I'm in the garage. This thing is huge. I'm very lucky, and also got myself a new car. Well, I wouldn't say new car. Let's just say this. When you're a car guy, and maybe you're not making the most amount of income, or maybe you're just done with the build, or maybe you're just too cautious of like daily driving a really nice car. You kind of go for one that's a lot more beaten down. That way you don't feel as bad. But this is my new car. It's an F80 M3. The other one was a lot cheaper on insurance, but I also didn't want to drive it through everything because it was so nice. So now obviously you can see that there's chips up there. Anyways, the car's there. But this is the garage, and obviously there's a little bit of a mess here and we gotta clean this up, but dude, it's huge. So we'll go to the setup and actually discuss why everything's been the way it is. Life updates, got the new apartment, got in a new relationship, got in a lot of stress, to say the least. The US economy also has not been great. So as we all know, that tech has been this kind of like more expensive niche to ever be produced on the internet. I mean, cars as well. I mean, obviously you can see the car, like I said, it's a little bit more to insure, but gave me less precautionary measures to have when daily driving. And tech is really expensive, and especially if companies aren't sending you the stuff out for free or with compensation. You have to go out and buy it, which you could be over budget. Hopefully you can return it, and then you just have to keep on doing that. And it never really sparked my interest all that much to go in that route of just keep on buying and then returning. I'm hoping in the future maybe these videos can actually get out there more than what they ever have, and I can hit up some companies, or the companies can hit up me, and we can just collab on some things. That'd be really awesome. Now I'm adulting, so I really have to watch different things and make sure that we're not using income that we may need to just save for health reasons or whichever. And I told you I've been under a lot of stress. Matter of fact, I have to go get my tonsils out at some point in time because these guys are very much inflamed. But also, my setup hasn't really changed. Believe it or not, I haven't really been gaming that much. Look at this. We all know I built this PC myself. First custom gaming PC that I built. Never do it again. But that thing cost me $3,500 at the end of the day. $3,500, and I barely use it now. What I use it for is really editing and searching the web. That's it. Gaming, it's not that I don't find interest in it. It's just, here's the thing. When you're adulting and when you're not making a whole lot of money right off the bat, you have to survive. So 2 hours of playing Call of Duty or Battlefield could be 2 hours that you could earn extra money and get ahead of bills and stuff. And to me, that's more important right now than playing some games and enjoying myself for a little bit. Adulting's hard, and everybody that's watching this that has been adulting for however much time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If I was making more money from these videos, I would say, yeah, you know what, let's treat ourselves to like some video games and all that stuff. Haven't been playing games, really just been editing, been searching the web, and that's it. There's unfortunately not been a whole lot of stuff. It sucks because this whole entire setup is about $6,000, if not a little bit more. Now I guess let's walk and talk down to the garage again, because this is where I want to discuss passions. Again, when you're adulting, you try and find passions that can maybe make you some money too, because if you're just making money and you're not really enjoying your life, well, it's not the most pleasurable experience. So really it's either you find the passion and try and make money from it, or you just don't. So in the garage, again, I have my new car. It's the F80 M3. Very proud of it. Don't have any car payments on it. I paid full in cash. I'm very lucky, but it's not a clean title. It's a rebuild. So one of my biggest passions is cars, and it's always been cars. So I treated myself to this F80 M3. Again, it is a little bit more on insurance where you do have to adjust the budget a little bit, but in my opinion, it's a business expense because I'm so passionate about cars and kind of like promoting my brand where it's rob the fast versus just, rob you unboxed on here. So now this one might not make a lot of sense, but do you remember how I was saying, oh, I could go and buy something and then return it, get the money back, make the video, and bam, make some money off of it? Well, in my opinion, I'd rather spend $600 on an exhaust system and never see that money ever again than to do that. But to each their own. So I don't know how that ever makes sense, because even with me thinking about it right now, I'm like, you're an idiot. But we're here, and I'm showing you my passions. That's what matters. There's not really that much else I can say, but the car is amazing. I love it. It's definitely something I've always dreamt of, and hopefully at one day, at one point in time, I can have something just a little bit nicer, something more like not as clapped, where you have literally carbon fiber just ripped up from there and a bunch of scratches. Matter of fact, there's some leftover wrap that's right here. So if I could leave you guys off with one last thing before who knows when the next video will be. I have not forgotten about this channel at all. Believe it or not, I have actually been working with a few companies recently that have allowed me to test out prototype technology, and it's been an absolute blessing, and some of them are very big name brands, and I'm very excited. It's one of those things where as a person that is creating YouTube videos, maybe you're not getting paid for them as well as you'd hope or anything, but you're still following a passion, you're still following a dream, and one day, either on this mantle or a house mantle, there will be a YouTube play button here, 100,000 and a million sitting right there, or another mantle. But anyways, opportunities are huge, and sometimes when opportunities arise, you not necessarily can film them. It's just one of those things where you're a part of a brand, but you're not able to showcase anything yet. There's that downside of it, but it's been a blessing. I can't say financially it's been helping, because it's not. I mean, there's working with these big brands, and as a small person, you also don't get paid like anything. I think that's the one thing that people need to understand, is that whether you see a channel at 13,000 subs or you see them at 1,000 or even 50,000 subs, a majority of the time for you to get any sort of financial compensation is it's not rare, it's just you don't get a lot. So sometimes they'll give you gift cards, sometimes they'll PayPal you or whichever. But yeah, bro, plus the tech that's been coming out recently to kind of maybe do an upload has not been worth anything. I mean, to me, it's just been kind of bland. Like, I think we're going into an era where technology needs to be a lot more simple, especially gaming tech, but it also needs to be the aesthetic purpose to give everybody that want. Because as of right now, I mean, there was a few things that I was so blown away about, like, holy crap, like, this is cool stuff to be developed, but like, even as a person that likes tech and likes gaming, I don't want this, because it's just so complex. Like, I just want a plug and play simplicity. If I really want to be in a game and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try out this next keyboard, I don't want to have to go into settings and all this stuff. I just want to plug and play and be like, wow, this thing made a solid difference. Placebo effect. But so if you're watching to the end of this video here, I want to say thank you. I want to say life is hitting me like a bag of bricks right now, and it's just you just kind of have to learn from it and then adjust. Again, thanks for watching. Hopefully I will see you in my next video, and we'll go from there.